And so after just around 5 years of mining Ethereum with this little 6 GPU rig, it's the end of an era and I've managed to mine right. Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Griffin here, and with Ethereum 2.0 coming into play this week, well, that essentially means that millions of small GPU miners such as myself will basically become obsolete as the Ethereum network is transitioning away from a proof of work system that rewarded miners such as myself with ETH tokens that have market value over now to a proof of stake model that, without getting into the technical weeds of what this means, will essentially reward ETH holders who stake their crypto on the Ethereum blockchain. Staking, by the way, is the process of validating crypto transactions on a proof of stake blockchain rather than, say, on a proof of work blockchain like Bitcoin or previously Ethereum. And really, this is nothing new to the crypto world, as there are other popular projects and cryptos that validate transactions with a proof of stake model, such as some popular ones including Cardano, Polkadot, Avalanche, and many others. And the main reasons for this shift, according to Ethereum's developers, are that a proof of stake model is more secure, it's better for implementing new scaling solutions on ETH's blockchain, and also the fact that crypto mining is being heavily criticized for consuming monumental quantities of energy, further contributing to climate change. In simple terms, it pretty much means that the rig I've been documenting on the channel since 2017 is probably not going to be worth much more than what I can get for parts for each one of the components individually, mostly the graphics cards, but even still, they've been mining for around 5 years, so, debatable as to whether or not people want to buy them for that. Hey, and by the way, just because ETH mining is essentially dead as of right now, well, that doesn't still mean that you can't buy and sell ETH as well as other crypto. So if you're interested in trading crypto, I would highly recommend that you check out the link down below in the description to Newton Crypto, which is a low-cost crypto platform that I personally use. They have over 70 cryptos available to trade and extremely low fees. If you sign up using the link down below, you'll get $25 for free when you trade a minimum of $100 worth of crypto. Okay, now what we're mostly interested in here though was whether or not mining ETH for 5 years was worth it or not, and the short answer to that was yes, in fact, very much so. In fact, this little rig's been a great source of passive income over the past several years once all the parts were purchased and the rig was set up, but it does need to be noted that a mining rig's profitability does essentially come down to the fluctuations in market value of the token that you're mining. In this case, Ethereum, that is if you're selling right away though. So let's take a look at the results. All right, so this right here is a spreadsheet containing all of the data relating to this ETH mining rig over the past roughly 5 years. Starting in the left column, we can see the total cost associated with building the rig was 4,660 Canadian dollars. And around a year and a half ago, I decided to add 3 new 1070 graphics cards at $400 a piece. So adding around $1,200 to the entire cost. Was it worth it? Relatively debatable at this point, since ETH 2.0 is coming into play and all of this is going to be obsolete. That being said, adding those 3 cards essentially doubled the computing power of my small rig. So over around a year and a half, considering the fact that I'll be holding these coins long term and hopefully over the long run they will increase in value significantly, I believe that this will have been a good investment regardless. Now, of course, I wasn't solo mining with such a small piece of equipment. I was part of a mining pool where essentially hundreds or even thousands actually of miners of all sizes pool their computing power together in order to mine at a much more efficient pace. And so in this light, when you're mining within a pool, you get a relative portion of the coins mined relative to your computing power in the entire mining pool. This makes for more stable and reliable income with the mining rig rather than potentially striking it big and finding one token every once in a blue moon. Now this chart right here showcases all of the inbound transactions from the mining pool over into my ETH wallet, where we can see that there are many transactions. That being said, before August 17, 2020, I was mining to a different wallet. That's why right here, I just changed essentially the wallet I was mining to, and we can see I transferred over everything in one shot. So at that point, I had mined 5.4 ETH for a value at transaction of around $3,000 and a value today of just under $11,500. Now from there though, we can see all of the transactions coming through, and the main thing that we can observe is the fact that essentially the days between transactions get longer as time progresses, and the average amount in dollars mined per day also decreases quite a bit. This is because over the years, the mining difficulty of the Ethereum network has increased. And so we can see this firsthand right here on this chart, where we can see that it has increased quite steadily over the past several years. Now, of course, I built this rig right at the peak of 2017, and then any type of short-term profitability was dead during the lows of the 2018 crash, as we can see right here, just as much as profitability right now is also extremely low, with price points off like 70% from all-time highs. But nonetheless, I just held on to the coins mined during those periods down 70-80% over a couple of years, and then sold some off to cover expenses once the value did end up rebounding years later. In fact, since the beginning in 2017, this small rig did mine a total of right around 8 ETH tokens, worth around $18,000 in today's market value, which is not that bad. Now, at the peak of 2021, though, this would have had a market value upwards of $40,000. That being said, I have sold some off over the years to materialize some profits and pay off some of the rig's hard costs. So yeah, those sales over the years end up looking like this. January 7th, 0.03, which is basically negligible. January 7th, 2020 as well, though, 2.5 ETH for a value at transaction of 3,900 and a value today of 5,000. Meaning since that sale, it has actually appreciated by 35%. So I definitely could have held on to that. That being said, that's what ended up paying off all of the hard costs, and then from there, everything else is just profit gravy on top. January 3rd, just under 1 ETH, and then May 10th, 2021, 2 ETH for a value at transaction of $9,500, which is now worth $4,200, down around 56%. So in this light, I actually sold basically at the peak of the 2021 market. So all in all, as we can see from the spreadsheet, this was a fun and relatively profitable little side hobby that was fun to set up and keep track of over the years. Now, of course, with ETH mining going away, millions of other people are in the exact same boat as myself, wondering what we'll be doing with this expensive hardware that we set up specifically for a mining rig. 6 GPUs on a gaming computer is a bit of an overkill, but there's really only a couple things that can be done. The first option comes down to switching over to mining a different crypto that still operates on a proof of work blockchain, and some of the more popular options include Ravencoin, Firo, and ETH Classic. The problem though is that none of these coins are even remotely as profitable as ETH has been over the past several years, as we can see on this website called What to Mine. And honestly, considering Ravencoin's low market cap and even higher volatility, this isn't something that I'm necessarily too interested in. So I'll probably just sell the rig off for parts and make back some of that capital that I put into building the rig in the first place, and then keeping the tokens that I have remaining basically indefinitely. If you have a better idea though what I should be doing with my rig, make sure to comment down below. And with that said, I absolutely plan on just holding the ETH that I have left for the long term in my crypto portfolio along with my Bitcoin, that although most people are disinterested in now because of crypto's prices being so low, well, 2024 should most likely turn people's interest around. Reason being, that's when the next Bitcoin halving is expected to take place, and if history does repeat itself for the 4th time, we'll see Bitcoin and other dominant cryptos appreciate quite dramatically in value, generally speaking, following the price movements of Bitcoin. Essentially, with the new supply of Bitcoin entering the market slashed in half, well, this makes the coins that are currently out in circulation that much scarcer. And hey, for the record, just because I don't constantly speak about certain topics on the channel doesn't mean that my views on them have changed. I'm still purchasing Bitcoin on a monthly basis and plan on holding it for the long term, as I do believe that just supply and demand of this digital asset over time will result in it increasing dramatically in value. But that's just my opinion on the matter. And if you are interested in dabbling in crypto yourself, honestly, with the high volatility and risk level associated with crypto, only invest an amount that you are 100% comfortable with losing basically the entirety of. So again, if you're interested in trading crypto or maybe buying some for the long term, such as myself, make sure to check out Newton, top link down below in the description. You can get $25 for free when you sign up and trade $100 worth of crypto. On a separate note, if you want to learn more about stock market investing, check out all the other content on my channel, and also the 2 free courses I have over on Skillshare, going over everything you need to know about dividend growth investing and just stock market investing in general. There's over 10 hours worth of free high quality video content. You can check both of those courses out down below in the description. As always, thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please take a second, drop a like. It really helps the channel out. And if you want to see more content, subscribe, hit the bell button to be notified of new and upcoming videos. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in the next one.